Backstory of how we met.
Mhm.
Rich had been running his company for a few years then. I was actually just starting in graduate school, and a mutual friend said, "Hey, you should chat with Rich. He is a few years ahead of you." And I was like, "Great." We had a conversation. That was it. Last year, we ended up both being on a panel at Columbia's public health school talking about food as medicine.
Yep.
And reconnected there. And then when I was figuring out how do I make Chiyo a longer term kind of insert into the healthcare system, Rich was one of the first ones that came to mind. But I always thought Rich had a really strong mission and shepherding of good ideas. So we had coffee, and the rest is history. What drew you to Chiyo, and what were you interested in? How could it build into the bigger Epicured?
Well, initially I was attracted to you as a founder and a leader, right? And so when we met years ago and on the panel, your vision for what you wanted Chiyo to be was really impressive, right? And how you went about it and how you executed on it was, something I admired. And so the idea that I could have coffee with you and catch up after seeing you on the panel, it was why not kind of idea. And then as we started to peel back the layers and give each other updates and to see how complementary where our two organizations were and that we could do something together, that got me very excited.
Chiyo has been self-pay, that is direct to consumer. All of our consumers pay out of pocket. And a big goal of mine has always been, how do we actually make this reimbursable and more accessible to more people? And that was so core to what Epicured does today. Can you explain more about what the Epicured kind of business looks like?
We started as self-pay as well, so our journeys are so similar. And maybe while you were launching Chiyo, part of what I was trying to do was to pivot away from self-pay solely and to diversify to insurance contracts. That took us 3 years, right? So those sales cycles were very long, and it was a very hard thing to get into. Luckily, we've had some success near term, and now we've become the largest provider of nutrition services to Medicaid patients in New York State. And so not only are we able to take care of our self-pay patients, and at the same time, we can care for some of our most vulnerable members of the population. And what we do is we all do it with the same standard of care. It's the same product. It's the same quality. It's the same science that imbues into the food. And that's what we built Epicured for. So it's been moving from phase 1 to phase 2, which has this reimbursable aspect to it. And now it's just getting bigger and better at a very accelerated pace.
And that is why we are part of Epicured today.